Today, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about this journey we're taking on building a platform. And with the founding agencies, there's three of them, or at least I hope there's three that can be here. And I did the analysis on their P&L statement, and I basically said, what are you paying right now? What is each agency paying right now for their back office? And there are 5 systems in their back office, and it includes software and labor. And with smaller agencies that are in the $1 to $2 million range, what I've found out is that their back office is, I want to pull up the numbers here. I won't show you the numbers, but if you look kind of what they're doing, it's like, and I'm just pulling up the numbers, so I'm kind of staggering here a little bit, but if you go from each individual agency creating their own back office to having a singular back office, we're talking about a savings, one agency between 7 and 11K a month, another agency between 4 and 6K, and another agency between 2 and 7K. So if you combine that, if you think, okay, these 3 agencies now have this one back office that they share, economies of scale, collectively we're saving between 13 and 24K a month on just the visible savings. That doesn't even include maybe some of the owner labor that's behind that. So the reason why this is an intriguing opportunity, I think, is because most people don't like to run their business. Most owners, and I know it sounds strange, but if you think about the struggles, I mean, in the day-to-day, you're struggling with things like, these 2 people aren't getting along in my agency. I haven't, my focus is too spread. So I need to focus on sales, but also on delivery, but also on, so which one do you get into? How are we growing leads? Like all of those different problems that you have when you have systems that are reliable, man, you could just fast forward it. And we're at this stage where these first 3 are going to be the toughest. I found an IT provider that all they do said to me, look, Tony, we do this all day whenever we onboard new clients because we want to get them all on our software stack. So the reason we do that is so we can provide efficient and effective support and fast support. So they already have the process for doing it. And that was kind of exciting to learn that. Fast forward, once we have this built, getting a new company on the system, on the stack of the platform, we should have an SOP for that. And what's great about managed service providers in terms of technology, they execute better than most. At least this one does, that I found. Maybe we'll mention their names later, a little too early to let the cat out of the bag kind of thing. But this book, I'm sending it to a lot of people, and from grind to gold, it's really to get you to think, agency owners to think about their business as an asset. Are they building an asset? Well, what does an asset give you? An agency that's an asset give you? It gives you choices. Now you have to go earn those choices, but I want people to make that choice. I don't want people to be on a treadmill for 15, 20 years and not make that choice. Make the choice. You can continue to grow by yourself organically. You can maybe hire a consultant or a good number two that comes in, and maybe you sell some of them, some of that your equity, or you have them consult, but you're still growing organically. You can join one of many peer groups that are out there, which is great. And we want our members to do that because they have frameworks, but execution of those frameworks depends on the owner, the psychology of the owner. Or you can buy this platform operating system or you can roll in equity to this platform and really take advantage of member benefits when you roll in. So there's those choices, or you could sell. And so today I also talked with a finance guy, and basically, when people go to sell, they always get declined, and they don't get those sales funded. So now I've got a partner that's going to help me get people funded in creative ways. And, SBA is just one of those ways. But the truth is, if you really want to sell or get your business to a place where you have the choice to sell or not sell, you have to do things a certain way so that you get funded or that deal gets funded. And that's why a lot of folks don't get funded, because they don't have things in the right place. And you don't have to be ready to sell to do that. And there's a reason why. Because when you make those choices to do the right things as if you were going to get funded, you actually are building an asset that gives you more choices, more freedom, more wealth, and ultimately living your purpose. And here's the funny thing: for some, running an agency isn't their purpose. And we'll get into what purpose is. But the thing that we rolled out in the last week is addressing the psychology of owners. And so that's why we talk about the 5 archetypes. These archetypes are really a peek into the psychology of an everyday owner. And you talk about the vision chaser, the people pleaser, the firefighter, the creative wizard, and the control builder. All of those are different archetypes, and I go into a lot of detail around that, the psychology of those archetypes and why certain archetypes are held back by certain things and activities, and why how to unlock that archetype. That's like the biggest thing, how you think about your agency and your role in it. And it all starts with that archetype. So I put out a test and giving it to tests, and people are like, yeah, this is spot on. So that's encouraging. Anyway, it's just kind of cathartic for me to sit and talk to the camera, and hopefully one day we'll look back at all this stuff and laugh and be like, wow, you were just like making it up back then. But I think that's what you got to do. I think you got to change it's just all a psychological game at some point. It's not and that's what changes the world, when you change the way you think about it. So 1,000 fulfilled founders. I'll talk to you more about what fulfillment means, because it means different things to different people in the agency space. So I'm kind of excited about that. Anyway, I'm out.